It was a hot summer day when I was called into the president's office. My mother, who was also my boss, sat at her desk, fanning herself. She didn't even look at me before saying, "I'm giving the company to your sister. You're fired." The words hit me like a brick. Sunlight streamed through the window, making everything feel unreal. I blinked. "What?" She sighed, closing her fan. "You heard me. You're fired. Move out by the end of the month." Then, as if nothing had happened, she went back to her paperwork. I stood there, shocked. The company was my life. I had worked there for 10 years, handling everything from accounting to sales. It was a family business. My mother was the president, and my aunt, uncle, and cousins held the top positions. My mother controlled everything. At 25, she forced me to leave my job and work for her. "Family must help each other," she said. I worked long hours, doing jobs that weren't even mine. And now, after everything, she was throwing me away like I was nothing. The reason? My sister, Samantha. She had only been in the company for 2 years. Before that, she kept quitting jobs, saying, "I just don't like working." When she turned 30 and jobs became harder to find, my mother gave her a top position. I, on the other hand, was never promoted. My mother always treated Samantha like a princess. She got new clothes, expensive gifts, and all of our mother's love. I only got hand-me-downs and cold looks. No matter how hard I worked, I was never good enough for her. At home, it was the same. I paid rent, did all the housework, and cooked. Samantha, she did nothing. Even when I was busy, she would call and ask, "Sis, when's dinner?" If I told her to cook, she'd complain, "I don't want to use the kitchen without permission." My mother always took her side. "Samantha is delicate," she'd say. Now she was giving her everything, the job, the house, the power, and she was leaving me with nothing. That night, I told my aunt what happened. She sighed. "Samantha doesn't like that people respect you more than her." It made sense. Every time she made a mistake, employees would say, "Let's check with Kelly." Instead of learning, she wanted me gone. And my mother didn't care. Since childhood, I was ignored while Samantha was praised for simply existing. Maybe it was time to walk away. On my last day, I finished my work and packed my things. I went to the office to say goodbye. My mother and Samantha were laughing about something. "That salesman likes you," Samantha giggled. I cleared my throat. "Today is my last day. Thank you for everything." Samantha blinked. "Oh, was that today?" "I forgot." They laughed again. I smiled. I would never have to see them again. "I'm also moving out. Take care." My mother barely looked up. "Yes. Thank you for your hard work." That was it. A week later, my phone wouldn't stop ringing. 14 missed calls, then 80. I muted it. For 35 years, my mother had controlled me. But now, I was free. The calls continued, nearly 100 a day. At first, it hurt. Then I felt something else. Satisfaction. She finally needed me. And I ignored her. A year passed. I studied, got my accountant license, and found a great job. I realized how much I had suffered under my mother's control. I was finally happy. One day I passed by my mother's company. It looked abandoned. The windows were dirty, and the plants I used to care for were dead. I was about to walk away when I heard a voice. "Kelly!" My mother rushed toward me, smiling. I stepped back. "Where have you been? I called so many times." Then she said something unbelievable. "Come back to the company, starting tomorrow." I stared at her. "Mom, I have a job." Her smile disappeared. "Who cares? You belong to me." I felt sick. "You fired me. What about Samantha?" My mother sighed. "She ruined everything. She dated 3 clients at once. It all fell apart." She waved a hand like it was no big deal. "She's lazy. The office is a mess, the clients left, and we have no accountant. That's why I need you, Kelly." I clenched my fists. "I owe you nothing." Her face twisted in anger. "Don't be stupid. You're nothing without me." A small crowd had gathered, watching. She screamed, "You should be grateful. You're ugly and boring. No one else would hire you." People gasped. Some took out their phones to record. My mother turned pale. Did I say that? Maybe you misheard. I looked straight at my mother. You fired me because I wasn't pretty enough. Now you need me? Too bad. The people around us whispered. Did her own mother really say that? My mother glanced around, realizing everyone was watching. She tried to smile. You must have misunderstood, Kelly. But I shook my head. No, I heard you clearly. You said Samantha was beautiful, so she deserved the company. You threw me away like trash. Someone in the crowd muttered, That's awful. Others took out their phones to record. My mother's hands trembled. For the first time, she looked scared. Her fear quickly turned to anger. Enough! You were always so difficult. Ugly people should just listen to the beautiful ones. Gasps filled the air. People whispered, Did she really just say that? Someone laughed in disbelief. She really thinks beauty is everything. More phones went up, capturing every word. My mother finally realized she had ruined herself. The video spread fast. Her business partners saw it, and one by one, they cut ties. It turned out she had been hiding illegal activities, forging financial reports, dumping waste in restricted areas. Without me, her company collapsed overnight. With no income, my mother and Samantha lost everything. They had to move into a small, old apartment. No fancy dinners, no expensive clothes. Samantha tried to use her looks to charm her way into easy jobs, but people quickly saw through her. She kept getting fired. My mother, once powerful and admired, was now ignored. No one wanted to hire her. Her face was everywhere on the internet, labeled as the woman who worshipped beauty and lost everything. She tried to call me, but I never answered. She was a stranger now. Meanwhile, my life became better than ever. My job respected me. My coworkers treated me as an equal. I no longer worked endless hours for ungrateful people. I had freedom. For the first time, I woke up without stress, without fear. I spent weekends doing things I loved, reading, traveling, laughing with real friends. I never knew life could feel this light. I never knew happiness could be this simple. I also found love. He wasn't rich or the most handsome man, but he was kind, honest, and respected me. He loved how hardworking and responsible I was. For the first time, someone saw my true worth. We planned to get married soon, and every time I looked at him, I knew I made the right choice. He made me feel safe and loved, something my family never did. For so long, I believed I had to earn love, that if I worked hard enough, my mother would finally see my value. But I was wrong. Love isn't something you beg for. Love is given freely by those who truly care. I didn't need my mother's approval, and I never did. Standing in the sunlight outside my beautiful new life, I took a deep breath and smiled. I was free, and I would never go back.